All right, today is October 4th, 2024. So today I took two trades today. I took one trade at 75774.25. I took it down, and then 5757. And I got stopped out. This one worked out. Actually, this one worked out. Um, I was a little too tight with the trade. I didn't let it really breathe. And then this one worked out very well. Went to my level. I was trying to get out at 70, but it bounced off of 71, and well, I wasn't gonna let it, go back up, because it had a higher chance of moving back up before dropping. Even though I've told myself that when I see this certain setup, it may give me two candles of the same color of what I am, with the direction that I'm going. So I'm gonna go over the first trade. So this is technically the first trade here. Price came out to a supply zone that I had here and dropped, and then opened up right about here, more or less. I can't really see which one this is connected to. I think one of these two candles, um, could be the green one because it's showing down. And price kind of stayed there for a while. I didn't enter right away. The candle I was referring to was this red candle with red volume, but ends up being a green candle at the top, hitting that supply zone, which tells me that price may look to reverse. We did like get a good trend line going up that was broken, retested and broken, but there's no volume here on the 5 minute chart, so I couldn't expect price to come back here to really move and do its thing. So I used the volume from the opening as my area of interest. Price pulled back, and I think on the 1 minute was when I got this push out, and it caught my interest. We had red, 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 and I think this was white, and I think with NQ was green. Yeah, right. So that's when I entered the trade. It was red. Here it goes, right here. It was should have been red. No, but I'm already in this trade. I think I entered it because we were rejecting it, and we're rejecting out of this trend line. NQ was kind of breaking out. I really like this break. Oh, I didn't enter until NQ started moving below the this news candle because it was holding it, and then it started really going down, and it seemed like we are going to close soon. It looked like it, but there was momentum being picked up. ES was below it, but NQ was holding, and it looked like VIX was bouncing off of it, all right, to move higher. So when NQ looked like it was picking up steam to move lower, that's when I entered the trade, because when I was just looking at the speed of the candles, it looked like it was ready to go. Had my stop loss right above, so let me move closer. So this is what how price is reacting. It goes to 1 minute, moving down. When price gave me this move here, 1, 2, you see I moved my stop loss right at my entry. I said I'm not gonna let it go red on me. Either price takes me out or price goes to my level, and continues pushing. I wasn't willing to risk. Uh, I'm not. I haven't been doing good with really just getting stopped out. So price went all the way down here, and I took my entry when price started reversing on this candle. It started reversing. It went close to my 577 level. It stopped at the high. I noticed that we're at a prior day high that was 2 days ago, and started to bounce. So I took my exit right away because as you can see, when we got to those levels during the news, we kind of shot through them. So maybe there were still some like some selling or buying, whatever it may be, that was here that was causing price to react. So I took my trade off right here when it started reversing, and then after I exit, the minute I exit, it pushed down those 4 points where I was trying to get out. But I still think this is a good trade. We got price broke out. It held on NQ. It held on NQ ish. Well, not really. It was breaking out on NQ, and when NQ reached its level. NQ was also at this level here before ES. If I can show it. I'm not sure if I can show it. But NQ was already at the supply zone that I have, or demand zone down here, before ES reached, because ES was really stalling for a bit, but NQ was just there already. So I wasn't going to let NQ decide to push price all the way back up and then reverse. Eventually, where is it at? I think so this is, yeah, eventually price did reverse strongly into VWAP. It's me coming out. Zero print. Yeah, strong reverse strongly into VWAP right here, all the way back up here. I wouldn't have been able to stomach this. Like I said, usually when we get these green candles with red volume, we get 2 red candles to follow. So price went all the way back up halfway through this 30-minute candle. This would have really crushed my spirit, seeing that I entered at 90. Price went all the way down to 70 to price to come back up to like almost 82. So basically giving back and only getting like 8 points or whatever it may be. I probably would have freaked out. Or getting out at 10 points when I was already up like, 14, 15 points. Almost, 20 points. So anyways, there was a 0 print here. Price bounced slightly off of it for 10 points, but selling was the formation that we're doing. As you can see, price held, pushed up, came to this area where we had some strong volume on this 10-minute, on this 5-minute chart. We had some strong volume and it rejected that one, and then price dropped all the way down to the next 0 print. Price dropped down to the next 0 print and bounced up. And I think I did that twice. I did it once, twice. Yeah. So I was looking for this double top. I was looking for this double top. This double bottom. We did have buying here, and I think NQ had the same one. Now, was this my trade? Where did my other trade come in? Other trade came in at 11:35. This is 10:30. No, so this wasn't my trade. So this one here, NQ and ES had that volume come in at here. I thought about entering, but I didn't. I think I was waiting for ES to close green on the 30-minute, so I didn't bother taking the trade yet because I didn't have anything on the 30-minute to confirm. But we did have, like I said, we had the change of volume. We had buying stepping in, buying stepped in here, buying stepped in, look like it's this candle here, buying stepped in probably at this candle. Price pushed down on weak volume, and then strong volume came in, but it still needed to clear this candle. So I wasn't interested. As you can see, that's what we rejected at for the second time. So I wasn't interested in my longs yet. And then this is where I took my entry. So when we came back to it, this is the double bottom. We had that green volume down here saying that, okay, buyers are interested. We had red candle, green volume, red candle. So I was interested in the long. So when price came up here and we got the same thing on NQ right here, close to that level, I entered, being mindful that NQ didn't touch this level yet. So maybe NQ would have moved price a little lower before it moved up. But as soon as I entered, this is my screenshot. I moved my stop loss when price barely moved. Price like went up slightly. You can see right here. Right here, you can see price barely moved, and then I just moved my stop loss. So as price entered here, started pushing, I moved my stop loss, and then unfortunately for me, That one actually worked out to my level. It pushed up here about 10 points, came down. It was battling this area, like I stated, came down, retested, and then pushed up. No volume after that, though. No volume here, no volume here. Um, we tested that, close here with volume right at the noon session for NQ. For ES, there's no volume here. So not quite sure what was going to happen after that, but this was a nice trade reversal for about 15 to almost 20 points into my 5775 level. Both ES and NQ we're going to go to we're heading towards their 50% um, initial balance range. So looking at how they're set up, so they had that potential. VIX was also going to that range. It was bouncing off of this level here, which is the close of Thursday, where I had the high volume, so I marked it, and price was just holding nicely, very strong volume there. And when price touched it, and price touched on these points here, we had the potential for a reverse. So we had a double top and double bottom. So that one worked out pretty well. And then if we go to just the regular chart itself for the end of day price action, hopefully it's not too cluttered. Let's pull up the 5-minute chart and see what I was looking at. I was looking at some other stuff. Take profit. Okay. Yeah, so I was looking at how price broke out of that range, right, with strong volume, because price came back down, had a strong sell-off, but no volume. Held this last selling point. I wouldn't have used it, but I like this volume here, so this basing candle, so this area becomes an area of interest. Price pushed up, came down, nicked it, came back down again, and then here at 14.15, right here, we get a buying candle, right? You see this consolidation zone. After the breakout out of this zone, we have this consolidation zone. Price came, strong volume came in, came back again, and then this would have been my entry at 14.15 on NQ, which you can see here. This is my entry. It's kind of hard to see, but let's get rid of this because we broke it. I'm holding the 15-minute. Get rid of the high mark. It's also holding the high. The highs from this is the high from yesterday. Let's get rid of these. So it's holding the high from yesterday. It broke out of this bearish trend line where the consolidation was. Strong volume out at 35. Price consolidated. Quick bounce. Hard to really catch that on the 1 minute. Because the 1 minute dropped and reversed, did a quick V formation, and then it slowly came down. 1 minute also gave us a nice red candle, bouncing off of this candle, nice doji, bouncing off of this level with a hammer. And then entering this trade, if I entered where I entered at, which would have, if I entered where I would have entered, which is at 14.19, right? Or 15 to 14.19, so 14.20. When price closes here, I would have immediately moved my stop loss right here. When price started moving 1-2, and then looking for price just to keep going to my level of interest, which would have been these highs here. So potential exit here. May have wanted to hold it a little longer to see if we could move back to where price sold off at, which was right around here. Right when we reached that, I would have been satisfied with closing out the trade for a 19-20 point move, depending on how I exit, 17 point move, and then price at the end of the day went back up to the highs where we rejected, and looks like we have some strong selling up there. So this was a nice 31 point move, looking to get about 20-19 of that. So this was actually a good trade. Went back to the next initial balance, went to the opposite side of initial balance, came to this consolidation zone here, So yeah, this area would have been an area of interest. Strong selling was here. We passed it. We needed to clear that, right? We cleared it actually. Look, we cleared it. Yeah, we cleared it here. So once we cleared it, price had the opportunity to move up. This is very low, but still selling. And then this would have been the area of interest, which would have been around here. So price was breaking out of it on the 5 minute. On the 1 minute, price was chopping around it. So if I didn't let the 1 minute consume me, I'd have been able to really just, you know, take this at least up to maybe here, versus down to here. So that's that. So price waiting for confluence between ES and NQ has been a world of wonders for the last 2 days. I've really was able to really captivate on the confluence and just waiting patiently. And so the last 2 days have been positive, and just also being very defensive with my stop losses, not being so lax with letting it, like, be so open. I prefer price to move immediately in my direction versus price to play around in my direction. Like this one here, price did move, but it was bouncing around after my entry, which was like around here. So price bounced around at my entry, pushed up, and then came back down to my entry and then moved up. So this could have been my second opportunity to enter. If we go to the 5 minute, we'll see that we never had a pullback after breaking, but it's kind of hard for me to want to get another pullback because this right here was the basing area of the candle. Price push up. This should have just been it for me, not a second pullback into the same level and then a move up. I don't like that. I prefer if we have this basing candle, we already kind of like touched it here, came back down, tested for real. I would prefer to see price stay above this candle the entire time. I could have put my stop loss maybe around here. I did consider putting it a little bit under, risking about 1 point, but I wasn't even in the mood of risking 1 point. Like, something about being wrong really irks me. But that's about 17 points I let go. You know, um, I let go 17 points. Fretting about 1 point, 7 to 20 points probably won't be 20, but 17 points. Fretting over 1 point. That's something that I need to look into, because if I take that 1 point cut with a 17 point move, that's a big opportunity. So or even, what was my initial stop loss at? 7 points. Not too fun of that. 6 points. Not too fun of that. 6 points to make 17. I'm not too fun of that right now. 17 divided by 6. That's about a 2 to 8. Right, risking 6 points. Yeah, about 2 to 8. But risking that like 1 to 2 points to get 17 is pretty good. So, because 17 times 5 is $85. So 17 times 50, $850 right there. And those are just one micro, one mini. And then my goal is to go to like 10 to 20. So let's say 10 times 50 times 17, 8,500. So 20 times 50 times 17. Sorry. 17 times 50 times, what am I saying? 20. Yeah, 17,000. Yeah. 17,000. Right? 50 times 20 times 17. Yeah. And then I think our mentor Carmine, 50 times 30 times 17. My math is not mathing right now. 50 times 30 times 17 would have been a nice trade, 25,000 right there. But risking, 1 to 2 points. So 50 times 20, no, times 30 would have been risking, 1,500 to make 25,000. So imagine if it's just, you're risking $15 to make $25. I think that's about the correct equation, right? That could be wrong. To make $250, I think. It's $15 to make $250. Right? Because 5 times 17 is 85. 5 times 5 is, no, it's 5 times 1. So 85 divided by 25. 85 divided by 5 is 17. So 17 to 1. Yeah, 17 to 1. 17 to 1 would have been it. Anyways, that's that. So just the idea um, of just looking for which ones are probably likely to really work, and giving it a little bit more breathing room, because this happened maybe 2 times yesterday and then 1 time today, because I only took 2 trades today. So that's it for me for today. This would have been a good one too. The price just kept going. This is what I like. The prices just go. No more pullbacks into my stop loss, into my yeah, my stop loss or my entry. Just go and go and go. I like that. This not too much. Entry bouncing around, don't like that. Entry going, love that. Same thing with this one. Entry went, love that. All right, that's it for me for today, and I'll do my market recap. Also, this week I did somewhat finish break even or somewhat negative, actually, like -5 bucks or something like that. So I could pull it up just for transparency wise. Um, 30 bucks. I was way off, right? So minus 250, so break even, but minus 30 bucks because of commission. A lot of poor trades at the beginning of the month of October. Like in October, it was just taking a lot of. It was just red, 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 and I don't think any of these trades compared to these last 2 trades, or any of these last 5 trades. I would say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't think any of those trades compared to like just being very picky with my locations. So I'm gonna review these sets here and these sets there to see what set them apart. These I understood clearly. Like I really understood these. I could recall them a lot better. These I'm gonna have to review them to see what happened. So that's it for me today. Be back next week.